Okay, good morning class. At this point we're looking at grade 9 financial maths. For homework we had 3E to do, not so? Right, let's go. This is 3. So here we are told that now to invest 3,500 rand at 4.5% per annum simple interest. Calculate how long will it take for the investment to grow to 4,602 rand and 50 cents. So what are we actually calculating? They're asking you to calculate your how long it will take. So they're asking you to calculate the time. It's in, not so. Which formula do we use? A is equal to? Hang on. You know, align the board again. A is equal to P into 1 plus I times N. This is a simple interest formula. Okay, so your A value, the final amount, is 4,602 rand and 50 cents equals P, which is 3,500 rand, into 1 plus I, which is 4.5 divided by 100, 0.045, or we just say 4.5 over 100 times N. So in pursuit of calculating N, what do I have to do first? We can multiply 3,500 and N, not so. Or I can divide by 3,500, both sides, not so. So the goal was to multiply it in first, so I'll do that. But under normal circumstances, I would have divided both sides by 3,500. But it doesn't make it wrong if you multiply it. So 3,500 times 1 is 3,500 plus 3,500 multiplied by a mixed fraction in your numerator as 4 and 1 over 2 over 100. Not so. So that's going to give us 157.5. 157.5 in. So what do I do now? I take a 3,500 rand over. So it gives me 4602.50 minus 3,500 rand equals 157.5 in. So what do I do now? In the calculator. So it's going to be 4602.5 minus 3,500 gives me 1,102 rand and 50 cents. 1,102 rand and 50 cents equal 157.5 in. Not so. So I divide both sides by 157.5. 157.5. Why? To get the N on its own, not so. Put that in the calculator, answer. But its answer is the last answer calculated in the calculator. So it's answer over 157.5. Gives me 7. Does it make sense, people? Okay, that one, I think I explained to you that one yesterday as well. The part of the sum, not so? Right, so let's look at number 2. We are told that 8,000 rand was invested at 8% per annum, simple interest. Calculate how long will it take for the investment to earn 4,000 rand interest. So which formula do I use? A is equal to P into 1 plus I times C. The other formula would have been easier. I'll show you how that would have been easier, but let's look at this quickly using this formula because the core was for this formula first. What do I do here? What is your A value, your final amount? It says that calculate how long will it take, so we're calculating it. How long will it take for investment to earn 4,000 Rand interest? So remember that formula, your A is equal to P plus your interest, not so? So it's going to be 8,000 Rand plus your interest, which is 4,000 Rand, which is 12,000 Rand. Very important to note this. If you didn't do that, make a note of that. Okay? So the formula, using the formula, is going to be 12,000 Rand equals P, which is 8,000, into 1 plus I, which is 8%, so 0.08, over, times 30N. Alright. So what do I do in pursuit of calculating it? What do I do first? Divide by 8,000. You could have multiplied in your 8,000, no problem. I'm dividing by 8,000. So that gives me 3 over 4. 3 over 2. No? Let's check. So 3 over 2 is equal to 1 plus 0.08n. So what do I do now? You divide. You first take the 1 over, not so? So it's going to be 3 over 2 minus 1 is a half. It's equal to 0.08n. Now what do I do? Divide by 0.08 both sides. So therefore n is equal to, so a half divided by 0.08 gives us 6.25 years. Okay, 6 1/4 of a year. Okay. On the other hand, we could have said, okay, your simple interest formula is equal to P times R times over. So the simple interest earned was actually 4,000. So I have to say 4,000 equals your principal, 8,000 Rand, yes, times R. It's 8% times time, which is normally N over 100. So I can put this part in the calculator. So it's going to be 4,000 equals 8,000 times 8 over 100, which is 640 N. So how do I get N on its own? We divide both sides by 640. So N is equal to 4,000. 640 gives you 6.2. Can you see it's much easier? If you had noted the information you got, you would see you would have gotten exactly the same amount of marks for the sum. Okay? And it will take you so much quicker to get the answer. Yes, Michael?
Oh no, so I thought I was just about to ask you, can't use that same marks, but you say they gave the answer.
Yes. Same marks. Alright. Glad you're here today, Lisa Kanya. And you're not glad to be here? Eh? And you're glad to be here? Right. You're not glad to be here, okay? I hope that doesn't show you maths mark, okay? Tumi is okay. Welcome, Tumi. Morning, Tumi. Morning. Where's your light slip? Right. Yes. You must give it to Miss Dixon. To me, and give it to Miss Dixon. Thanks for reminding us. A girl. Right, number 3. The table below shows a simple interest rate of 1,000 Rand at 4% per annum correct in the nearest Rand. Complete the table. So the simple interest, we're calculating SI only, not so. So I'm going to use that formula particularly. So SI is equal to, if I must work that out, simple interest is P times R times N over, and what is your P value? 1,000 Rand multiplied by rate 4 times 6 over, and that gives you what? 240. No? Okay. The next one? Same story. So this is going to be now 10 years, not so? Yes. So it's going to give you 400.
Yes.
Right. The next one? Now you see here they gave you the simple interest, so I'm working in reverse now. So the simple interest is 6, I'm using that formula now. No? 600 equals, what's my P value? 1,000 times your rate, which is 4 times, I'm actually calculating in now. And that is over 100. So this part I can punch into the calculator. So 600 equals 1,000 times 4 divided by 100, and we are 40, yes, it's correct. 40n. Now what do I do? Divide by 40 both sides. So n is equal to 15 years. It takes 15 years. Okay. Yes.
You can just write 40 times 2, 18, 20 times 4, 60, or 40 times 6.
Yeah, so you have actually worked out what the simple interest is per year, which is 40. And then you work that out. Morning. Late slip. Okay, it's fine. You must give it to Miss Dixon. Why was you late today? You woke up late. You slept at home last night? Slept at home last night? Not by the friend or cousin? No? No? I only make a joke, ne? Right. You know when you sleep by family members and then you oversleep, no? Because you talk late at night and huh? Not really. Because you go to bed 8 o'clock. Oh, okay. Right, here we go. So we are told in 3.2, use the above table to draw a graph to show the relationship between the time of the investment and the interest earned. So what I need now is that table there, and yeah, that table for this diagram, for this graph. So 2 years. So you see what happens is this diagram here. Here's a 1. I don't know if you can see it. 2, 3, 4, and there's 5. Can you all see that?
Yes.
No, it's better on what you have in your textbook. So it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, you all agree with that? So, year 2, so this is your, we look here, this is your timing years. Can you see that, people? So, because the diagram is so small, so big, that's why we can't see that at the bottom, but I'm going to keep the table in focus. So, 2 years earns 80 Rand. So that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. You all agree with that? So each stroke there represents 10. Okay. And so on. So what we do is we say, okay, 2 years is 80 Rand. So there is 2 and 8 is approximately 3. You all agree with that? Then you got 4 and 160. Here's 4. Can you see it's 4? 160. That is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. You all agree with that? Alright. 6 and 240. 6 and 200 and 10, 20, 30, 40. You all agree with that? 10 and 400. 10, 400. That's an easy one because it's on the bar. That is 15 and 600 also. Easy point to plot. Okay. You all agree with it? So let's go. The question then says, use your graph and determine, use your graph to determine the simple interest earned after 9 years. So what we do is we go take a pencil and we go after 9 years. You all agree that is 9 there. So what's the interest rate after 9 years? So what we do is, did they ask us to draw a line through it? It's going to be easier to draw a line. Okay? So what happens is, I draw a line going through there, going through those points. Okay? Of course it will be a straight line. You see it's going through all that points. So simple interest is actually interest on straight line basis. Okay, you will be able to draw a straight line through the interest earned on your investment. Okay, can you guys see that? So so coming back to the question says, use your graph to determine the simple interest earned after 9 years. So if you go after 9 years, as I made the marking in green already, so what I do is I now take that 9 and I go up here on this line. And you see there? Yeah, on the line here. So there's a detail come across like. Can you see that, people? Now my diagram is not drawn to scale. Not so. It is actually supposed to have been. But the thing is very blurrish, okay? But we know that for 9 years, if it's earning 40 rand, so it's going to be 360. Sorry? No, that is not 9.
Yeah, that's right.
Why don't you say? You see, there you could have gotten again your 5 more. You just don't want to come right with me. My mistake? The 9 is actually here. I don't know why I marked that 40. Okay, I don't know where my brains was. But okay. If I go and take this point here and I go up, you see it hits the graph about there. Not so. So it takes that reading there. But like I say, the graph is a bit blurrish. So if I take that reading there, the interest is about 320, 40, 60, 80. I know, it's 50, 60. So I get to 360. But what is the interest rate actually? It was 40 times 9, which is 360. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Is this a bit blurrish here? So I just confirmed it with a calculation. Okay? Let's leave these again here.
So how many marks does this line graph actually?
You could have gotten 3 marks for this. And 2 marks for every sum that comes after that. So about 10 marks on the graph question. Okay. I think I must put one of these graph questions in. Yes, it's nice. What do you think, Tumi?
Mixed.
You don't want to write the test? Huh? You don't want the graph? Okay, if Tumi don't want the graph, I'm not going to put the graph in. You must be friends with Tumi. Alright. Alright, after how many years is 280 rand simple interest earned? So what do we do now? Now I go to 280 rand on the graph. Can you see that? So I say there's 200 to 300. So 280 is approximately there, not so? So what I do is that's 280. And I turn my ruler and I come down like it is on this bar here. And how many years is that? It's 5, 6, 7. Did I move too much? Oh. I get 7 years. Now I said 8. Sorry? You didn't do your homework again. Second time in a row. Who said 8? Now how did you get 8? Longer. Did you do the homework? Let me see. Let me see your homework. You must say you did it. Oh, you did it and you left it down. Does I believe her? Yes. You're saying yes. Where's your homework? Oh, you did it. So you did it with her. Huh? Is 7 correct or is 8 correct? 7. 7 is correct. But again in the exam you will have your diagram, you will have your graph, and it will be on graph paper. Okay, so it's going to be easy to read it from it. Okay. Alright, let's carry on. Number 4. In number 4 we are told how long will it take for 3,000 Rand to grow to 4,260 Rand if the investment is at 6% per annum simply? Which formula do I use here? A is equal to P into 1 plus I times N. What's your A value? Find the amount. 4,260 Rand equals 3,000 Rand into 1 plus 0,06 times. So what do I do first? Divide by 3,000. So what do we get here? 4,260 over 3,000 Rand. That gives me 71 over 50. Is equal to 1 plus 0,06 in. What do I do now? Take the 1 over. Before we divide, you must take it over. So that's minus 1. It's 21 over 50. Is equal to 0,06 in. Now what? Divided by 0,06. So that cancels. So n is equal to divided by 0.06 gives you 7 years. Okay. Any confusion here? No? Number 5. Number 5 says, at what simple interest rate per annum was an amount of 1,000 Rand invested to grow to 1,240 in 3 years' time? So what are we actually calculating here? The rate, we're calculating your R value. It grows to 1,240. So which value is this? This is your A value. So which formula do I use? A is equal to P into 1 plus I times N. So your A value is 1,240 Rand equals P, which is 1,000 Rand, into 1 plus I, which is I, times N, which is 3 years. So what do I do first? Divided by 1,000 Rand both sides. Okay. That cancels. So that's going to be 1,24 equals 1 plus 3i. Now what do we do? Take the 1 over. So it's going to be 1,24 minus 1 is equal to 3i. So 1,24 minus 1, 0,24. Not so? Then divide by 3, which is 0,08. But what did they want? They want the rate. So what must I do? Times by 100. When I always calculated my I divided the rate by 100. And when you're calculating R, the reverse, times by 100. So your rate is. Right, you guys understand? Okay. Number 6. I feel like it's the last one, eh? This, no? It's a long one. Number 6. Calculate the simple interest rate per annum. If your aunt earns 11,000 rand interest, so what is this? 11,000 rand interest. So that is your SI. Not so. After 5 years, an investment of 20,000, which you P. For your NS, 5 years. So which formula do I use here? SI. You see, it's easier to use that one. But you could have used the other one if you had added those two values together, not so. So you're going to use SI is equal to P times R times N over 100. Okay, so what is your SI? 11,000 equals 20,000 times your rate, which is R, times N, which is 5, over 100. So what I do is I can put this part in the calculator, not so. So that is going to give you 20,000 over 100 times 5. It's 1,000 rand, and it's 1,000 R, not so. It's equal to 1,000. How do I get R on its own? Divide by 1,000 both sides. So N works out to R works out to be 11%. Do I have to multiply this by 100? No. So that's already your R. So when it's I, then you multiply that value by 100. Okay. Number 7. Number 7 in 3 says an investment of 7,200 rand. So this is what value? 7,200, your P value. It grows in 12 years. That is your N. To 19,200. Okay. Calculate the compound interest rate per annum. What is compound formula? A is equal to P into 1 plus I exponent. So what is A? 19,200 equals P 7,200 into 1 plus I. We're calculating I to the exponent. So what's the first thing I need to do? Divide it by 7,200, both sides. That cancels, not so. So it's going to be 1 plus I to the 12. And then I calculate 19,200 over 7,200. 8 over 3. I try to keep it in fraction form. Okay, don't worry about the charger now. Who's asking about the charger? Oh, 200. It sounds like a charger. Okay. Now what? Take the 1 over. You all agree with that? No. What about the 12? Yes. How do you get rid of that 12? Multiplied. She said that must be multiplied, so you can get 1 to the 12 plus I to the 12. Not so? You all agree with that? You all agree with that? Yes. Sis. Yes, sis. No. So make a note, if you think it is so, please put this in the little coffin. It is never the case. In a box. What's a coffin? It's a box. You know. That is never the case. Yes. Sure, she said, okay, put that also in the box. Bury that. He's saying that People, this is not, I'm not making a joke about this, but this is common made mistakes that learners do. No? That's why I'm emphasizing. That is never the case. Root is. Yes. Can you divide by what? With a 12. Put that also in the box. You guys are coming up with new ones now. Ones I haven't heard of before. That is never the case. No. 12 over 12. That's 12 over 12. And what do we do on this side? Remember, in an equation, whatever you do on one side was do on the other side. You are right to an extent, but we're not there yet. That we do in grade 11. You see how far ahead are you than we are? Although it looks like you didn't do your homework. Huh? But you said you did it, okay, so I'll take your word for it. She always does homework. Yes, that's a surprise that she let them get down. But that girl says she must use that. But she lied to you, remember? But she's not lying this time. So you're going to get, how do we get rid of that 12? The 12 the root both sides. Okay. So that is going to give you, that cancels not so. So 1 plus I equals a 12 the root of. So now you see, to get a 12 the root, whoever's phone is that, please put it on silent. Whose phone is that? To get a 12 the root, you'll see it's in yellow here. Can you see that? Now to activate any yellow key on the calculator, we push shift. So we go shift and the button. Okay, so it's the 12 the root of 8 over 3. So it's fraction 8 over 3. So 1 comma. Now the answer button becomes very important now. Okay. So what we do now? Take the 1 over, so minus 1. So put in the calculator, 1,085 and the number carries on, minus 1. You see I'm using that answer? Minus 1 is going to give you I is equal to 0,085 and the number carries on. Now what do we do? What do they want? They want the rate. So what do I do? Times by 100. Let's make a note there on the side that I is equal to R over 100 or R is equal to 100 times I. Okay, very important. People, these things are not given to you in the exam. Okay, so you must memorize these things. But you'll use it so often that you will start memorizing. It's 8 comma 5 2. So your rate, your R is equal to 8 comma 5 2. Why did I say 8 comma 5 1 as it is on the calculator? So the 6 makes that 182. If that number is 5 or more, that 6 is a 5 or more, it's going to change the number. If it was anything less than 5, it would have remained the same. Alright, you guys understand? The last one says calculate R if Jacob invest 800 Rand at R% per annum, simple interest. So what is this? The 800 is what? A p-value. R is what we're calculating. He received 168 Rand interest. So what is that? S I. Your interest. After 3 years. Can you see that, people? Which formula do we use? Is I is equal to P times R times N over 100. So what's your SI? 160 Rand equals P. It's 800 times R. So what we're calculating, not so? Times N 3 years over 100. You see, together this makes your I value. R over 100, your interest, your I value. Not so. So what do we do first? We can work this out. You see his love. Alright. So what do we do? Mustn't love interest. Let's go down. Okay. There we go. 800 times 3 over 100. Gives you 24 R. Okay, so it's 24 R. It's 160. Now what? Divided by 24. It's cancelled, so R is equal to 7. 7 years. They like the 7, eh? Yes, the 7. Eh? See, a lot of 7 years here. Something probably happened in this author's life that they having 7 a lot then, you see. 7, 7, 7. That's 6 point. That's 7. What's wrong with him? Maybe got 7 children. Well, the son was grade 7. Okay. But you guys understand? Okay. So that basically brings us to the end of worksheet 7. 3. Here's 7E. What's wrong? Okay. So we will do 3F tomorrow. I see 3F is a bit shorter. And G is again a bit longer. Okay. You've got the Ruby Ann and Ryan. Okay, so we're going to do the next 2 worksheets tomorrow. Is that okay? Yes. Alright. So at this point, you guys can start with your homework. I'll stop the video at this point.